God says, "My precious child, I am speaking to you now because the heavens have been stirred, and Archangel Michael has descended urgently with a message so critical, so life-shaking, that the winds of the spirit realm are moving in haste to deliver it to you. Listen carefully, for this moment will not repeat itself, and the words you are about to hear carry the weight of destiny." Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency, my child. No one is telling you this huge news. Your name just got selected for something so rare, so divine, that the very atmosphere around you has shifted. The angels have been whispering your name in the courts of heaven, and what was spoken about you has now reached the throne of God. Your name has been called, written in light, and released into a divine scroll that has been opened today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but this very moment. You may not understand yet why this urgency is here, but heaven sees what you cannot see. There are people around you who will never tell you this truth because if they did, they know your life would never be the same again. They know the moment you discover it, chains will break, gates will open, and every delay you've ever suffered will collapse instantly. They've tried to keep this hidden, they've tried to speak over your destiny with their own words, but the voice of God is louder. Michael says, "The announcement has already been made in heaven. Your name has been selected for a divine release of blessings that was scheduled for someone else, but heaven overruled it and placed it in your hands." The moment the selection was made, I saw angels rushing, carrying scrolls, golden bowls filled with prayers, and seals being broken in the heavenly archives. Your life was laid before the Father, and the verdict was clear: it's your season. This is not a vague prophecy, this is a precise heavenly record. They tried to overlook you, they tried to give it to another, but God said, "No. This child has waited long enough. This child has cried long enough. This child will receive what I have spoken." Michael's voice is trembling, not from fear, but from urgency. He says there is something about this selection that will not just change your life, it will rewrite the very chapters of your destiny. This is not just about money, although great wealth is tied to it. This is not just about opportunities, although doors you never knocked on will swing wide open. This is about identity. Heaven is about to show you who you really are, and when you see it, you will never again settle for less than what God intended for you. You must understand, my beloved, that the enemy has been aware of this moment long before you even sensed it. The forces of darkness have plotted to keep you busy, distracted, and doubtful so you would miss the divine timing. That is why you have felt strange pressures lately, delays, misunderstandings, sudden obstacles, because hell has been working overtime to make you think this is just another ordinary day. But this is no ordinary day. This is the day heaven calls the selection day. Michael says, do not ignore this. If you hesitate, the enemy will try to reroute the blessing. If you delay, someone else will attempt to step into the position heaven reserved for you. But God has made it clear, your name is written on this blessing. This is why I am speaking now, through a voice that cannot be silenced, to break through every distraction, every fear, every whisper that says, "It's not for you." It is for you. That's why your name was selected. That's why the angelic archives have been updated to reflect your inheritance. I see in the spirit a table prepared, golden light shining, and your name engraved on a place card before a throne. The banquet is ready, but the host is waiting for you to show up. There are angelic messengers holding gifts wrapped in light, but they cannot deliver them until you respond. Heaven is not like earth. Here, timing is everything. When the trumpet sounds for you, you must move. When the scroll is opened with your name on it, you must claim it. Michael is standing by with the seal of confirmation in his hand, but he will not hold it forever. Beloved, you have prayed for breakthroughs before. You have asked God to remember you. You have whispered in the dark, "Lord, when will it be my turn?" And now heaven's answer is, your turn is now. But I must warn you, there are people in your life right now who, if they knew what was about to happen for you, would try to sabotage it. They would try to plant seeds of doubt, to convince you to ignore this message. This is why the news is coming directly from heaven, bypassing their influence, bypassing their opinions, because heaven trusts you to listen. Michael says, this is not a drill. This is not just encouragement. This is a divine instruction. Your name being selected means every locked door that had your breakthrough behind it must now open. It means every verdict that was against you is being overturned. It means every delay is being reversed into acceleration. It means the wealth stored up in hidden places is being released into your hands. And yes, there will be signs, strange alignments, unexpected calls, sudden encounters, but you must be watchful to recognize them. Child of God, I feel the urgency in my spirit to tell you, within the next few hours, something will begin shifting around you. It may start small, like a whisper, but it will grow until it becomes undeniable. This is the signal that heaven's selection has moved from the archives into manifestation. And when it happens, your response must be faith, not fear. Speak what heaven has spoken, claim what has been assigned to you, and walk as though it is already done, because in heaven, it is. The selection of your name was not random. It came after a review of your faith, your endurance, and your heart. Heaven saw the times you kept going when others gave up. Heaven saw the times you chose kindness when it would have been easier to choose revenge. Heaven saw the nights you prayed even when your prayers felt unanswered. Those moments have been recorded, and today, they have been honored. This is why Michael is here, why the urgency is so intense, because what is being released is not small. It is not temporary. It is a lifetime shift. Do not let this pass you by. Do not let doubt steal it from you. Do not allow fear to make you question it. You were not just chosen, you were handpicked, separated, and marked for this. That's why your name was written in the light today. That's why angels have been dispatched with your blessing in their hands. And that's why heaven is watching now, to see how you respond. Beloved, hear me now, for the Spirit is not finished speaking, and the flow from heaven has not ceased. When Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency," he does not speak lightly. The heavens are structured in perfect order, and urgency is only declared when there is no room for delay. Your name has been placed into a sealed record of divine favor that was opened in the courts of heaven today, and that record is time-sensitive. This is not about mere blessings, this is about a divine transaction, a heavenly exchange, and you are the one written in the decree. I see in the realm of the Spirit a great hall filled with light, yet I also see shadows at its edges, shadows that represent the forces who have been watching you, tracking you, waiting for a chance to intercept what is meant for you. These shadows have been whispering into the ears of people near you, persuading them to distract you, to pull your attention away, so you do not see the angelic scroll in front of you. But Michael has stepped forward with his sword drawn, blazing like fire, standing between you and the shadows, saying, "This one is under my protection. This one is mine to guard." When your name was selected, there was an uproar in the spirit realm. Heaven rejoiced, but hell panicked. The selection meant that resources, opportunities, inheritances, and open gates that have been locked for years would suddenly transfer into your possession. It meant that the enemy's years of effort to keep you bound would be undone in moments. That is why they are desperate now, because they know what is coming to you is unstoppable if you embrace it. My child, you may not know the weight of what has just happened. I, the Lord, have seen your secret battles, the ones no one else knew about, the tears you wiped quietly when you thought no one saw. I saw the betrayals you endured silently. I saw the seasons when everything in you wanted to quit, but something deep within kept you pressing forward. Heaven has kept those moments recorded like precious gems, and today those records were laid before the throne. That is why the decree was issued in your favor. Michael says, "Do not let their silence fool you." The reason no one told you this news is because they fear what you will become once you realize it. They fear the strength you will walk in. They fear the confidence that will rise within you once you understand heaven has chosen you. So they keep their mouths shut, hoping you'll never know. But heaven will not let that happen. That's why this word has come, not through them, but directly to you. I see angels preparing movements in your life you could not orchestrate yourself. There is a contract being written with your name on it, not in earthly ink, but in heavenly gold. There is a key being fashioned that will unlock more than just physical doors. It will unlock realms of influence and divine favor. But, child, you must act with faith. You must position yourself as if this is already yours. For in the Spirit, it already is. The emergency is this: timing. In heaven's clock, there are appointed moments when destinies shift. If you are ready, the shift is smooth. If you delay, the enemy can cause detours. This is why Michael's voice carries the sound of a trumpet, a call to awaken you fully. In this moment, all of heaven is leaning toward you, waiting for your agreement. Beloved, the blessings tied to your selection are layered. I see financial abundance, sudden, unexplainable favor in places you were once rejected. I see relationships mended, not just for comfort, but for strategic positioning. I see healing in areas of your life you thought would never be restored. And I see influence, a voice rising in you that people will hear and cannot ignore. All of these are flowing toward you now, because the selection of your name has opened the gates. You may ask, Lord, why me? And I say to you, because you endured. Because you stayed faithful when you had every reason not to. Because you kept believing when others stopped. Because you chose light over darkness, truth over lies, hope over despair. And heaven honors such choices. Even now, there is movement in the unseen realm. Michael is sending forth messenger angels to clear paths ahead of you. Some people will suddenly leave your life. Do not be afraid when it happens. It is the hand of God removing those who would try to block the manifestation of your selection. Some opportunities will appear so suddenly, you will question if they are real. They are real. They are sent by heaven as signs that the shift has begun. There is also a warning: the closer your blessing gets, the louder the enemy will become. Expect voices of doubt, unexpected challenges, even sudden discouragements. These are signs, not of failure, but of proximity. The enemy always fights hardest at the edge of breakthrough. When you see this resistance, rejoice, for it means the gates are about to swing wide. Beloved, your name being selected means you are entering a season where acceleration will be the norm. What took others years will take you months. What others had to fight for will fall into your hands through favor. But you must align your faith with heaven's decree. You must speak it out loud: I am chosen. My name is written. I claim what heaven has given me. These words are not empty, they are keys that unlock what has been reserved for you. I tell you this with urgency: within the next 72 hours, you will notice the first visible signs of this selection manifesting. It may come as a call, a message, a meeting, or an encounter that feels too precise to be coincidence. When it happens, remember these words and act. Do not dismiss it as chance. It is the proof that heaven's word over you is alive and active. Michael says, this child will not be overlooked again. This child will not be silenced again. This child will rise as appointed. And I, the Lord, confirm it. No force in heaven or earth can stop what I have decreed. Your name has been called, your blessing has been dispatched, and your season has begun. Child of God, the angels are still moving. The scroll is still open. Your name is still shining. The emergency is not to frighten you, but to awaken you to the truth. You are standing in the doorway of destiny, and all you need to do is step through. Do not look back. Do not question whether you are worthy. I have declared you worthy. I have marked you for this. Now rise and claim it, for it is yours. Child, the sound of your name in the heavens is still echoing. The vibration of that call has shaken spiritual gates that have been locked for years. Michael stands in the gateway now, watching as angelic scribes carry out the decree. Your selection was not an accident, it was the result of divine deliberation, a sacred decision made after reviewing every trial, every sacrifice, and every prayer you have ever uttered. The verdict was unanimous in the courts of heaven: it is time. When Michael says it's an emergency, it's because heaven understands that there is a small but powerful window in which this blessing must be received. In the Spirit, I see a golden hourglass turned over, its sand falling quickly. This window will not last forever. If you step forward in faith while the sands are still moving, the fullness of your selection will manifest in ways you cannot imagine. But if you allow fear, distraction, or delay to hold you back, the enemy will attempt to create diversions, to make you miss your divine moment. That is why this message is pressing into your heart so strongly right now. Beloved, there is something unique about your selection. It carries not only personal blessings for you, but also blessings for those connected to you. Your breakthrough will trigger breakthroughs for others. Your elevation will lift others with you. This is why the enemy has fought you so intensely, because he knows that when you rise, you will not rise alone. Your blessing will ripple outward, touching lives in ways you cannot yet see. I see in the spirit realm a long table covered with sealed envelopes, each one marked for a different season of your life. Many of them were meant to be opened years ago, but the enemy delayed them. Today, because your name was selected, heaven has ordered all of them to be opened at once. This is why what is coming to you will feel overwhelming. It is years of blessings, years of favor, years of opportunities, all arriving in a condensed season. You will not have time to doubt, you will not have time to second guess. You will only have time to step into what is being handed to you. Michael is speaking now, and his voice is filled with both joy and urgency. Do not underestimate what is happening, child. This is not small. This is not temporary. This is eternal in its impact. Heaven has invested much into this moment, and you are the carrier of what is about to be released. I see you walking down a path that suddenly splits into two. One path looks familiar, comfortable, safe, but it leads back to the same cycles you've known. The other path is brighter, unfamiliar, stretching into unknown territory, but it is lined with angelic sentries, each one saluting you as you pass. That is the path of your selection. That is the road heaven wants you to take. But it requires faith, boldness, and a willingness to step where you have never stepped before. Beloved, the resistance you have felt in recent days is a sign that you are closer than you think. The strange heaviness, the moments of discouragement, the sudden conflicts, they are all attempts to drain your energy so you will not respond when heaven calls. Do not give in. Stand firm. Speak the promises of God out loud. Declare your victory even before you see it. For when you speak, the heavens respond. The selection of your name has already been celebrated in heaven. I see angels dancing in circles of light, their voices singing songs that have not been heard on earth before. They are celebrating not just what you will receive, but who you will become. For this blessing is designed to reveal the fullness of your identity in Christ, the authority, the influence, the purpose you were always meant to walk in. And hear me now, there are those who will try to make you feel unworthy of what is coming. They will point to your past, your mistakes, your shortcomings. But heaven has already ruled on the matter. Your past is under the blood, your mistakes have been redeemed, and your shortcomings have been covered by grace. There is no accusation that can overturn the selection. What God has decreed, no one can reverse. Michael's hand is resting on the hilt of his sword, a sign that he is ready to fight on your behalf until the blessing is safely in your possession. He says, "Child, I have guarded you through storms you didn't even know were raging. I have stood between you and destruction more times than you can count. And I will stand again now, until every part of what heaven has promised you is in your hands." In the days ahead, expect unusual signs. A stranger may speak words to you that confirm what you are reading now. You may receive an unexpected invitation, an offer, or a message that seems perfectly timed. Pay attention, these are not coincidences, they are confirmations. They are heaven's way of saying, the selection is in motion. There is also a shifting of locations in your future. For some, this will mean a physical move. For others, it will be a shift into a new environment, a new sphere of influence. Heaven is positioning you where the blessing can grow without interference. Some people who have been close to you will not go with you into this next season, and that is by divine design. Release them without bitterness, for their chapter in your story is complete. Beloved, I must tell you, the reason this message feels so urgent in your spirit is because the gates are already opening. The blessing is already moving toward you. If you align with it now, there will be no stopping it. But if you delay, if you hesitate, you may find yourself watching someone else walk into what was meant for you. That is why Michael will not stop speaking until you grasp the fullness of what is at stake. This is the moment you have prayed for, the season you have waited for, the answer you have longed for. Step into it without fear. Heaven is with you. The angels are on your side. Your name has been spoken in the courts of glory, and that word will not return empty. It will accomplish everything it was sent to do. Child, rise. Step forward. Claim what is yours. The scroll is open, the ink is still fresh, and the King has called your name. If you believe in God, type Amen. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. My child, you cannot afford to look away from this moment. There is something happening right now in the unseen realm, and heaven has pushed this message into your hands for a reason. No one around you is telling you this huge news, not because they want to hurt you, but because they don't know what has been decided in the courts of heaven. But I know, and I must tell you, your name just got selected for something extraordinary, something that will change the very course of your life. This is not a coincidence, and it is not a mistake. You have been marked for divine favor, for a breakthrough so sudden and so large that you will have no choice but to fall to your knees and say, "This is the hand of God." Do not ignore this. Open your spirit now. Your Father in heaven has aligned things for you that no man can undo. God is here, and He says to you, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe under my wings. My angels are on guard. Even when you sleep, they surround you. Even when you walk into uncertain places, they go before you and behind you. You have cried out for help, you have whispered prayers in the dark, and I have heard every single one. You thought you were overlooked. You thought heaven was silent. But child, my silence was not absence, it was preparation. I have been orchestrating something so specific, so detailed, that every second of delay was purposeful. And now, at this very hour, at this very minute, it has been completed. Your name has been called. Your time has come. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now. His voice carries urgency, because heaven's clock is moving quickly. He says there is a window open over your life, a divine portal of favor and blessing that is rare and precious. This window does not stay open forever, which is why you must open your heart now. You must receive what heaven is pouring out for you. If you could see the spiritual papers being stamped with your name right now, if you could hear the sound of angels delivering your name to places of authority in the heavenly realms, you would understand why Michael says it's an emergency. This is not an ordinary day. This is not an ordinary message. This is heaven moving in your favor, and nothing on earth can stop it. You have been through seasons where you felt like nothing was working. You worked hard but saw little return. You believed, but the promise seemed distant. You prayed, but the answer seemed delayed. God says, I have seen it all. I have counted the days. I have measured the tears. I have kept record of the times you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to walk away. You thought no one noticed your faithfulness, but I did. And because of that, your name has been written on the scrolls of blessing that are being released now. The enemy tried to block you from this moment. He tried to cloud your mind with fear, to fill your heart with doubt, to make you believe that you were forgotten. He sent people to speak lies about you, to discourage you, to make you question your worth. But what he did not know was that every attack only pushed you deeper into my hands. Every storm made you more anchored in my love. Every betrayal turned into a divine redirection toward the path I had chosen for you. And now, you stand at the threshold of a supernatural promotion. Your name has been spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your name has been carried to places of influence without your knowledge. And in the highest of those places, the courts of heaven, your name has just been selected. Michael says, this is urgent because heaven is aligning things in real time. Right now, as you read these words, angels are moving. Right now, assignments are being completed. Right now, the favor you've been praying for is being placed into your hands. This is why you cannot ignore this. This is why you must believe now, even if you cannot see the evidence yet. The evidence will come, but the belief must come first. Faith is the key that unlocks this door, and trust is the posture that will keep it open. God is saying to you, do not fear the changes you are about to see. Some things may shift suddenly. Some people may leave unexpectedly. Some doors may close without explanation. But all of it is my hand at work. I am clearing the path for you. I am removing what cannot go with you into this next season. You have been selected for something greater, and that means not everything or everyone can follow you there. Trust me with the pruning. Trust me with the separation. It is all part of the preparation. Your name being selected is not just about a blessing, it is about a calling. You are being called into a new level of responsibility, a new level of influence, a new level of spiritual authority. The blessing is not just for you, it is to equip you to bless others. You will be a carrier of light into dark places. You will speak words that shift atmospheres. You will walk into rooms and bring peace where there was chaos, clarity where there was confusion, hope where there was despair. This is why Michael is urgent. This is why heaven is pressing on your spirit right now. The enemy will try to convince you that you are not ready. He will try to whisper that you are not qualified. But I, your God, say that I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. Every weakness you see in yourself, I will cover with my strength. Every gap you feel, I will fill with my power. Every fear you carry, I will replace with my perfect love. You are not stepping into this alone. You are stepping into this with me. And with me, you cannot fail. Michael says, child, you have been tested, and you have passed. You have been tried, and you have endured. The fire did not burn you. The water did not drown you. The wilderness did not destroy you. And now, the wilderness season is ending. The promised land is in sight. Your name is on the list. Your inheritance is ready. This is not just poetic language, this is a decree from heaven. Angels are delivering this word to your spirit so that you will recognize it when it manifests in your physical life. There is a shift in the atmosphere around you. Even now, while you read this, heaven is turning situations in your favor. There are people who will suddenly feel led to help you, to open doors for you, to give you opportunities without you even asking. There will be resources that find you instead of you chasing them. There will be unexpected messages, calls, or letters that bring good news. You will know it is from God because it will be too precise, too perfectly timed, too aligned with what you've been praying for to be a coincidence. God says, this is your confirmation. This is your sign. This is your moment to step into what I have prepared for you. Do not hesitate. Do not shrink back. Do not talk yourself out of it. Walk boldly into this. Speak life over yourself. Declare that you are ready. Declare that you are worthy. Declare that you are equipped. Heaven has already said yes to you. Now it is time for you to say yes to heaven. Michael reminds you that there will still be battles ahead, but the outcome is already in your favor. You are not being chosen to live without challenges, you are being chosen to live with victory over them. You will not avoid every storm, but every storm will bring you closer to your destiny. You will not escape every fire, but every fire will refine you into gold. And through it all, you will be covered, protected, guided, and strengthened by the one who chose you. This is why you must open quickly. Delay gives doubt a chance to enter. Delay gives fear a chance to speak. But immediate obedience opens the floodgates of blessing. Heaven is ready. The angels are ready. I am ready. The only question now is, are you ready? Will you trust me fully? Will you release your grip on control and let me lead? You are stepping into a season where miracles will happen so frequently that you will have to keep a record to remember them all. You will find yourself saying, "That was God," over and over again. You will laugh at the way I overturn impossibilities. You will cry tears of joy at the restoration I bring. You will dance in freedom where you once sat in sorrow. Your name is not just written in the Lamb's book of life, it is now written in the records of heavenly reward. This is the moment where your faithfulness meets my promise. Where your endurance meets my abundance. Where your prayers meet my power. This is the moment that changes everything. Michael says, do not take this lightly. Do not brush this aside. This is not just a nice message, this is a divine summons. And so, my child, here is what I ask you to do. Right now, take a deep breath. Speak to me from your heart. Tell me that you are ready. Tell me that you receive it. Tell me that you trust me. And then, watch how quickly I move. The world may take years to decide, but I can shift your life in a single day, in a single hour, in a single moment, and that moment is now. I have chosen you. I have selected you. I have sealed your name in the blessing that is being released. You will see it. You will hold it. You will testify about it. And all the glory will belong to me. God says, my child, stop everything and listen to me now. This is not a message to put aside. This is not something to read casually and forget. This is a divine interruption, a heavenly breaking news that could change the entire trajectory of your life. Archangel Michael himself has been dispatched to stand before you in spirit right now, his presence mighty, his voice urgent. He says it's an emergency, and I say the same, my beloved. No one else is telling you this, but heaven will not let you be left in the dark. Your name has just been selected for something extraordinary, something your human mind cannot fully comprehend yet, but your spirit will recognize as the hand of God moving in your favor. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. The earth may see you as just one among billions, but heaven has called your name and placed you at the center of a supernatural event that will be spoken of for years to come. Every angel in my army knows what has been decided in your favor. While you slept, a divine council convened. While others went about their day unaware, the heavens shifted. There was a sound in the throne room, your name rising like incense before me, and I declared that it is time. You have been chosen. Not because of perfection, not because you have always had strength, but because I see your heart, I see your endurance, and I see the faith that still flickers inside you even when the storms rage. Archangel Michael says you cannot afford to dismiss this. Do not assume it is just another moment in life, because this is not just another moment. The spiritual atmosphere around you is alive with activity right now. Angels are moving. Doors are unlocking. Paths are opening. Miracles are aligning themselves like constellations waiting to form a picture so beautiful it will take your breath away. The reason you are being told to open quickly is because divine opportunities have windows, and those windows require obedience, trust, and readiness. You do not need to know every detail yet. You simply need to believe that heaven is speaking truth over you now. For so long, it may have felt like your prayers were hitting the ceiling. You've wondered if I even heard them. You've carried doubts deep in your chest, sometimes afraid to admit them even to yourself. But I tell you, not a single prayer you've prayed has been lost. Not one tear has fallen to the ground without being caught by my hand. The timing was not yet, but now, yes, now, is the moment. The selection of your name is not random. It is the result of divine orchestration, of countless unseen battles fought for your sake, of angelic intercession on your behalf. Michael says there were forces that tried to stop this. There were spiritual enemies that attempted to remove your name from the list. There were voices in the unseen realm that declared you unworthy, that brought accusations against you, trying to remind me of your past, of your mistakes, of your moments of weakness. But my blood speaks louder than any accusation. My mercy outruns any judgment. I silenced every voice raised against you. I overruled every case brought to delay you. I stamped my seal of approval across your name, and heaven stood still as the decision was made. You will walk into a blessing that will shock even you. My child, the reason no one else is telling you this news is because it is not for the ears of those who would sabotage it. It is not for the lips of those who would doubt or diminish it. This is a private delivery from heaven directly to your spirit. There will be a time when others will see the evidence of it and they will marvel, but for now, you are being asked to believe before you see. The blessing is already in motion. The manifestation is on its way. You may not see it in your hands yet, but in the spiritual realm, it has already been released. I know the weight you've been carrying. I know the nights you have lain awake, wondering how much longer you can keep going. I know the situations that have drained you, the betrayals that have pierced your heart, the disappointments that have made you cautious to hope. But I am here to remind you, your hope is not misplaced when it is in me. Your faith is not wasted when it is in my promise. I do not speak empty words. I do not stir your spirit for no reason. If I am telling you to open quickly, it is because something is arriving, something that will require your readiness and your yes. Michael has drawn his sword, not to strike you, but to protect what is coming to you. There will be attempts to discourage you in the coming days, to make you doubt that this is real. There will be subtle attacks designed to distract you, to pull your focus away from what I am doing. But hear me, stay aligned with me in prayer. Stay close to me in worship. Do not allow fear to convince you that you are unworthy. The selection of your name is not based on your perfection, it is based on my purpose. What is coming is layered. On the surface, it may look like an unexpected opportunity, a sudden breakthrough, an open door that makes no sense. But beneath that surface is something much deeper, a generational shift, a spiritual inheritance, a positioning that will ripple through your life and into the lives of those connected to you. There will be people who receive freedom, blessing, and miracles simply because you were faithful enough to say yes to this moment. You have no idea how far this will reach. My beloved, remember what I have spoken in the past and dismissed by thinking it was for someone else. It was for you all along. Every prophecy that felt like it brushed past your spirit but didn't land was actually planting seeds that are breaking the surface now. Every delay you endured was a setup for a greater unveiling. Every no you heard from the world was my way of keeping you hidden until the exact time came. And now the time has come. You will see signs, small at first, but unmistakable, that I am confirming this word. Conversations will happen that seem divinely timed. People you haven't heard from in years may suddenly reach out. Opportunities you didn't apply for will seek you out. This is the evidence that heaven has moved on your behalf. Michael says, do not overthink the process. Simply obey the promptings you receive. If I tell you to go, go. If I tell you to speak, speak. If I tell you to wait, wait. Every instruction will lead you to the fullness of this blessing. You have asked me to protect you from deception, and I am honoring that. That is why I am telling you that this is not from man, it is from me. You will not need to strive for it. You will not need to manipulate for it. You will not need to compromise your integrity for it. It will come to you because it has been ordained to come to you. The same hand that wrote your name down in the book of life has written it now on the decree for this blessing. And to your fear, I say this, nothing will go wrong with you, because I am your shield. You are safe. Even if the enemy tries to stir chaos around you, he cannot touch what I have covered. You will walk through this with peace that makes no sense to the human mind. You will find yourself smiling in moments where the world would expect you to be anxious, because my Spirit will anchor you. The hour is late, my child. The season is shifting. The selection has been made. The delivery is en route. I am sending you into a place of favor so evident that those who once overlooked you will look again and not understand how you arrived there. But you will know, it was I, the Lord your God, who made it happen. You will remember this message as the moment your spirit woke up to what I was doing. So now, open quickly. Open your heart to believe. Open your hands to receive. Open your eyes to see what I am showing you. Trust me, because I have never failed you, and I never will. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. My child, you are reading this now because heaven has placed it directly in your path. No one else around you is telling you what is truly happening in the spiritual realm. No one is warning you about the magnitude of the shift that just occurred in your favor. But I, Michael, am speaking to you with urgency because I am under a divine command from the Most High to tell you this now. Your name has just been selected in a way that will change your entire life. This is not coincidence. This is not luck. This is not a random event. This is heaven's design, written into your destiny before you were even born. You must not ignore this. You must open your heart and spirit quickly, because the time window for this divine movement is short. You may not realize it yet, but there have been conversations about you in places you cannot see. There have been meetings in the unseen realms where your name was spoken with reverence. Your name has been written in the records of divine inheritance. Even now, in the higher courts of heaven, a decision has been finalized.